Now, one of the things that happens when you decide to go and face your reality, head towards your dreams, your goals, something that captivates your heart so deeply, is that you're gonna go through a phase where you're in a lonely chapter. And I heard this from Alex Hormozy and Chris Williamson, where they say there's a phase that everyone goes through. Every successful person or someone achieved something great in their lives, whether it's business, fitness, anything like that, of that realm, is they go through this period where they are lonely. They are too different from the people around them, where they can't get advice from them. They haven't created their own value yet in order to fit with a new set of friends, new set of people, new environment. And you're sort of stuck in the middle. You're in this little phase where you're by yourself, you're on your own. And that's the phase, that is the hardest phase. And that's what I'm going through right now. The hardest phase you will ever go through. If you decide to face your dreams, go toward your dreams, and everybody else isn't, everybody's comfortable. And that's not a bad thing on their part, Most people are like that. You don't have that support network. Because if you're choosing to escape the 9 to 5 or leave a job, start a business, and everyone around you has a job, stuck in comfort, or they are in comfort, something like that, there's not much advice they can give you. And there's not much you can tell them without sounding like you're complaining. So what you can do is just acknowledge like the current circumstances you're in right now. Face your journey, face the hard time. Think about it like this: when you're playing a video game. Let's just say when I grew up, I used to love playing Hercules on PS1. So when you start, you're in level 1. You're training. You're holding the wooden sword. That's when the hero's journey starts. Joseph Campbell, if you guys know his work. So the hero, you, for example, you're training. You're learning how to, defeat these targets. You're holding a wooden sword, wooden shield. Training. You get beaten, you lose. Over time, you gather more resources. You upgrade, not from a wooden sword, but a steel sword. And then you can slay your own dragon. That's the hardest part, is going through that learning phase, that middle ground, where you've gone from point A, but you haven't reached point B. You haven't met that mentor. You haven't met those people that would help you, give you resources, You haven't stumbled across that village where you can trade and barter and up your skill. You meet someone there that'll help you defend and attack your next beast. This little period is the hardest. Sometimes it'll feel like you're in this phase for a while. Sometimes it feels like you're in this season for years, months. You watch movies and you see the hero go through, setbacks, and then they overcome it quick, and then, they achieve their goal and everything's all happy and dandy. But in real life, what if you're stuck in that phase for years? A lonely phase. It's just a season you're going through right now. You haven't learned your lessons yet. And this is the most hardest part of the journey, is slaying your own demons, slaying your own dragons. Over time, you become more equipped, you become more stronger. And it's not about what you get, it's about who you become. And if you really chose the path of self-growth, it comes with a lot of ups and it comes with a lot of downs. Sometimes those highs feel so great, but in contrast, the lows feel extremely low. And you gotta really think about it. Are you willing to sacrifice? Are you willing to take a bet and go into the direction of your dreams? Or are you going to stay comfortable in your position? Sometimes the comfort is just too easy than the unknown. But if you can look back, like I said in my previous video, whatever it is you did from this point onwards, you couldn't get it wrong. And it's not to say that nothing's going to go wrong. You got to try to believe everything is meant to happen for the right reason, for the right time. Maybe sit down in silence. No noise. Turn off your phone. This phone, biggest distraction sometimes. Turn it off for half an hour, in silence. You just sit there with your thoughts. When you have a calm mind, that's when you can make the best decisions. Because when you're making a decision based on fear, it never goes well. You're reacting. I say this because I'm guilty of doing that. This is something I'm going through as well. I don't make these videos just to make it seem like I've made it or I've accomplished my dream. I make these videos just to document my journey or what I'm going through. If I can help out one person from this video, I've done my job. I feel like this is a really interesting topic. I can probably dive into this topic a little bit deeper. But the hero's journey, you're currently on it now, as am I. And remember, are your goals really worth it? Make that decision. If it's really worth it, have the courage to go towards your dreams. You don't have to do something crazy. You got to start slow. Sometimes it's as simple as going for a walk, thinking about it. It's not what you get, it's who you become. That's the hero's journey.